finger to adjust the value.
Hello guys, this is vlog episode 21. So yeah, I managed to count all my vlogs and everything. Just sorting out my videos because a bit of a cough in the throat there. Excuse me, had to go off camera and cough there. Now this vlog, via the title of the episode, is MGRX. Talking about the MGRX conference, most of that basically, and obviously, and it's also updates. I also got to put that in because I had a request, actually, strangely enough. I had a request saying, could you update your channel again, please? I can't think who it was from. So anyway, I'm going to do that as well because I've been requested to do it, which is quite strange because usually I always think, yeah, that's going to lose subscribers and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, I'm also going to talk about that as well today, folks. So because I'm helping quite a few people out today. So MGRX, which stands, it's a event. It's a fictitious conference. It's a pretend conference, which means it doesn't exist, and that's for any noobs who are watching. But yeah, the MGRX, which stands for Mutual Grand Conference of Technological Gathering, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you can read all about it on Indietronics' website. They're a fictitious company also. But I just thought I'd put my slippers on. Bad moment to put my slippers on. But yeah, we're running that in the Temperance Hall. Now, unfortunately, there is apparently I can have no more than 200 and something. I can't remember what it was now, but we're probably we're not gonna have that many because I'll tell you why. Apparently Adam's already sent the event packs out. I am doing the confrontation packs, which you can order, and the must-have thing for the conference, the overall pack. So I'm doing those, which I'm quite stressed about, really, to be frankly honest. I'm quite stressed that we're running this event, even though I'm not going to be there. Hey, well, I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to be there, if you get my drift. I'm going to be outside, basically directing people, and I'm not giving the people all the stuff, but I am sort of directing people, telling you where you can park, where you can't park, blah, 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 who you can meet, blah, blah, blah. But Adam's going to run down, he's going to do the meet and greet, and then Josh is going to run the conference. Josh, he's basically our newcomer to the event, but because Rosemary can't make it because she's elsewhere, that's all I can say. Andy's going to be there for most of it, but he's not going to be there for all of it, but he's going to be there for most of it. But yeah, so MGRX, that's that out the way basically. But yeah, we're doing most of it, and it should be good because we got into it through when we were Mind Mob, and it's basically how the company's doing. We'll just be talking about our updates of the company, like that we're a magazine and we're not a this, that, and the other. We're not an art design company or whatever. Obviously, we'll talk about that, next week. That'll be next week's talk, more or less. But I am excited for the event. I'm excited because it's an event we're running. I'm excited for that part of the event. For people saying, why aren't you excited? Well, I am excited. I'm excited that we are running it. I'm excited that we don't have to do all the major corporate things that you'd normally have to do when there's this type of thing. And we don't have to go through Indietronics' president. So we can big this through social media, which is good. Because, we don't I normally explain about it on YouTube, say that it's coming up, but I don't normally go into great depth and detail because we don't. But when we're running it because apparently Indietronics president, he's going to be there, but he wanted us to run this because it's like our last two events that we said that we were going to be there. So it's our last two that we're running. We're running this one, the next one, and then we're not running the ones after that. So we only run these next two. Unfortunately, if you want to know about the rest of them, go on the MGRX website. That will all be in the description. There won't be any links, but there will be certainly a huge wad of things in the description. So yeah. And now, I mean, obviously, it's going to be, because I'm going to be in the office most of that week, just at the event, I've managed to wheedle it with my landlord that I can get more time in the office that week to sort of get everything out. And, you know, we got a meeting this week. Speak of events, actually, we got 5 events this year. 2 were running, and the other few... Oh, crumbs. And the other... Shut up. And the other few that we're attending. Now, I must admit, I've got to order a projector for the event. I've got to order one. That's strange? I mean, obviously that's going to be fun and games, so I've got to be, you know, everything's all kind of iffy. It's all, you know, all up to the event, and then I can go, when the event's happened. But it's the first time I've actually spoke to you guys like this, really, because usually it's like, it's usually, when I usually talk to you, it's me moaning usually on, I wish this was happening, and I wish this was happening, and why is that not happening? And there is going to be a little bit of that today, but more of, you know, I'm glad this is happening. And usually, you know what I'm like when, you know, something's happening and oh yeah, and we're updating the business plan as well. I haven't put that in the title, strangely enough, because I didn't think I was going to talk about it, but yeah, I just thought I would do that. There's a lot going on social media over the next few weeks. Lots of things. Obviously, lots of advertisements. Lots of things I think you guys will be interested in. Things I don't think you'll be interested in. I don't care about those things. But hey ho. Right, so. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk a bit more about the MGRX event, if you don't mind. The MGRX event, if you don't mind. Just a couple of things. There is no overnight stay. I probably discussed this last week, but there is no overnight. Basically, when I mean no overnight stay, the MGRX usually put people up, but because it's not a weekend, we're not putting people up. Not meaning to say that when people are going to come up, they're going to want to go and have a few beers or whatever. You know, because you got the tapping bottles around the corner, and you know, now the next MGRX is going to be held learning rooms, we hope. But if we can't hold it the learning rooms, we're going to go and hold it in the Albert. And I will be attending that one because, unfortunately, I've got a lot to do at that one. I've got a lot to say to people at that one. I've got things to read out and sales publications. I've got to give a presentation. Yeah. It's all a bit stressy. There will be no buffet. Now, people going, why are we having a buffet? Why? Right. That's me kind of taking the rip out of people that ask for that kind of thing. Cost. Indietronics said, because you're running the event, we'll only give you enough money to hire a projector and speakers and so on and so forth. I have decided that for the last event, I am not going to use a projector, speakers, and microphone. Why? Because I've decided that I want to do the presentation my way. I want to do it because literally I could give a PowerPoint. I could send a PowerPoint. But I want to do it my way. I want to get it more interactive. People doing things I want. And obviously, I don't want to bore people. That's basically it. You know, because you'll be going to workshops in, like, within that day or whatever. You'll choose to go off, do your own thing if you want to do it. You know, so basically, I want my presentation to be up to an hour. That's basically what I want to do. An hour of presentation. So it'll be like 1 to 2 o'clock. Or 2 to 3 o'clock. So, I mean, hopefully I might be able to get depending on how many people are going to attend, I might be able to ask the tap and bottles if I can use the upstairs for a pretend conference. It would be pretty good to actually utilise a real place. Because then, you know, I mean, like the Temperance is a real place. I'm just going to go there and I mean, obviously, it's one of those things, you know, we're selling tickets. I won't see the money. It'd be Indietronics who see it. So, I don't really care about it anyway, to be frankly honest. But for the people who are going, I mean, like, if you want to stay in a hotel, there are plenty. If you want to come over for a one-night stay, if you're coming over from, you know, far and wide, as people do, but it's not for a full weekend. So you might want to come the Saturday, stay the Sunday, and go home. I don't know. It's just strange, but it does turn a lot of people away. Anyway, I'm not going to rant on too much around about that because I want to discuss other things. Obviously, people are asking for an update. I've struggled uploading videos at the moment because of my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi speed. I'm updating my business plan. I'll discuss that later on because that's quite interesting. I wasn't going to discuss it actually, but I am going to discuss it because there's a reason for it. There's a reason for updating, and basically, the reason I've speak to you guys, do so many updates, is because a lot of YouTubers don't do it. I do a lot of things a lot of YouTubers don't. When I'm doing things formal on my channel, like Magic Silver Room stuff, which is quite formal. It's quite formal, even though it's pretend. And there's a lot of people doing. There's a lot of people doing what I'm doing. I'm not the first. You know, I'm not reinventing the wheel. There's a girl called Nikki, didn't get a last name. She's been on CBBC. She's a lot younger than me. She had to get permission from her parents to do what I'm doing. And there's a thing. I want to get a lot of young vloggers doing what I'm doing. Doing just sort of a... Ooh, crumbs. Just doing what I'm doing. Because... obviously, I don't say, oh, I've had a crap day and all this kind of thing, because that's not what my vlogs are all about. I will be ranting on something in a minute, completely amazingly and interestingly, what I've been doing, but you know, I just want to say, if you are younger, if you are, say, 9 or 10 and you're watching this and you've got an iPad and you want to give it a go, make sure you ask your permission of your mummy or daddy or your sister or brother or just someone older, because you never know. You know, YouTube's a big place. It's a great place as well to start off. I've got to admit, and I like to copy some people. You know, some of my inspirations on YouTube are people like Stuart Ashen. He was my inspiration. I personally prefer his film that he did. I liked his film. And I liked his animations he did. I prefer... And when he collaborates with people like Larry Bundy Jr. and people like I prefer his collaborations. Not to say that I don't like his unboxing